Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking about you, you need to check yourself, because words only hurt whenever they are true. If you're looking for the music to the intro and you want the link to the second channel, both are below in the description. But can you do me a favor? Hit the notifications button right now. All right, guys. This is going to be what makes a man the most attractive Mondays. Everybody know every Monday I do a video on what makes a man attractive. And the reason why I make these videos is because you guys just don't understand that there are a lot of ways for you to be attractive that you don't even know. Most of you just based it on money and looks, but it actually goes completely different. If you stop and look at most of the guys that are in relationships and guys that are in long-term marriages, none of them be looking good. None of them are sexy. They're just regular guys. And believe it or not, women like regular guys that are comfortable with being who they are. But today we're going to be breaking down a couple little things that I want you to pay attention to that maybe you can fix in your life that would make you also more attractive. Let's see if I can get some more light in here. All right, there we go. All right, let's get started. First, a woman likes a man who can flirt but don't seem too desperate. Too many guys, when they go to flirt, they look desperate. They look like they're trying too hard to see if the girl likes them or not. And in a lot of situations, they're going to come off desperate and they're going to start looking like the hundreds of guys that actually approach her on a day-to-day basis. But when I talk about flirting, one thing that you have to understand is that, and I've said this a lot, women like guys who could be sarcastic with their flirting. They like that the most. They like a guy who can pick at them at the same time and give a compliment. Like, for instance, you know how like a lot of you guys would be like, Anthony, I listen to you every day. You're changing my life. This video, you know, it's how I watch your videos. You're changing my life. But this last video you did, I hated it. I disagree with it. I think it's the worst thing that you ever made. But hey, you know what? I still like your channel though. Okay, try using that energy on a woman. You're doing the same thing that a woman would do to another woman. Why don't you try doing that energy? You would actually look attractive to a woman if you do that. But if you do the same thing to a man, you just look like a bee. It's that simple. The way that you talk to a woman has to be different than how you talk to a man. Too many of you guys out here, you talk to other men as if you are a woman, and then you get around women and you nag and complain like a woman. So a woman starts to feel your feminine energy and she loses respect for you. But if you can get around a woman, crack a couple jokes, be honest with her, play with her head a little bit, she's going to respect you whenever you can actually be witty. You have to learn to be witty. And being witty, she's going to look at it as you being flirtatious, but not trying hard to be desperate. Don't be afraid to poke at a woman. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to maybe laugh at her shoes or laugh at her outfit, because she may be feeling that way inside. Whenever a man can connect to a woman how she feels inside, you're going to always be attracted. Next, she loves a man that knows his league. All right? This is very important. Why is it very important? It's very important because you have too many guys out there, and I've said this before, you have too many nerds that are trying to get with video vixens that you done seen in rap videos or that you done seen on the hub. That's the problem. You guys are addicted to virtual reality women, and then when you see these girls in real life, you are attracted to them. They're the wrong woman that you should be with. When you're a nerd, you need a nerd. If you're a bad guy, you need a bad girl. A lot of you guys are seeing bad women and you think you could take these women and that you could fix them up real quick and then you could change their life because you're doing better than the loser. No, a woman knows if she's a loser inside. If a woman is a deadbeat and she know that she's a deadbeat woman, chances are she wants to be with the guy that don't have a job. She wants to be with the guy that's not doing anything with his life because she feels like she has something to offer him. Whenever you're a well put together guy, in a lot of cases, women are not gonna want you because they're gonna feel like if you come across a girl that may be more valuable than her, then she's gonna leave. So women would rather be with a guy that's doing less than them just so they know that they have the upper hand over him and he's not going to go anywhere. That's just a little trick that you guys have to understand. Stop going for bummy women because they turn you on and you think that you could save them. This is how a lot of you guys end up with single moms that look good and pretty, that act submissive, that give you the booty real fast, and then all of a sudden she switches on you. Why? Because she feels like she still needs to be with her baby father, the bummy dude that didn't want her. All right? So understand, women love a guy that knows his lead. You know exactly where you stand in life. You know exactly what you want to be. And you're not trying to pretend to be something that you're not. When you know you're a nerd and you acting like a nerd and you can own that nerd, she's going to respect you. When you're a nerd trying to act like a cool guy, but everybody still sees the nerd, they're going to look down on you. Next, women like guys who know their status. You could be high status in so many different ways. There's millions of ways to get rich. There's millions of ways to increase your status, but do it in your way. Too many guys want to own the same business. They want to buy the same type of houses. They want to always talk about stocks. Too many guys are trying to do the same thing that the man before them is doing to get rich. But if you choose your way on how you're going to be successful, it's going to be completely different. Women get sick of sitting around guys and they're talking about real estate investments, or they're talking about stock market investments, or they're talking about insurance investments. It's like guys want to talk about the things that they know absolutely works when it comes to success. So every guy tries to mimic the same thing. Don't do that. Maybe go out and invent something. Maybe start a t-shirt company. Well, everyone has t-shirt companies. Try being successful as something that defines you and stop trying to be successful as something that you've seen a lot of people do before. It's not going to be attractive. It's going to make you look like a follower. When you're looking like a follower, you're just going to learn how to talk like them. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have the backing. And a woman ain't gonna believe that you make millions of dollars and that you choose to walk around looking broke. It's just not gonna work like that. Business is not gonna allow it, and taxes are not going to allow it. So learn, be high status in your way. So find your purpose and do that. Stop trying to tell women you want to do real estate or you want to get into stocks or you're gonna do that. Y'all starting to sound like clowns. I'm always around women, and women are always telling me the same thing. They say all the guys talk about the same stuff. That's why women don't have respect for men. It's because they have no individuality. They're all trying to be the same type of guy. Stop trying to be the same type of guy and learn to be yourself. And next, and I don't want all of you fitness people to get upset, but a woman finds a man attractive who is fit, not a bodybuilder. Not a guy who's dedicated to fitness. Guys that are dedicated to fitness, you need to be with women who are dedicated to fitness. You need to be with the women that go to the bodybuilding shows. You need to be with the women that are in the same league as you. When it comes to the average Joe out there and the average woman out there, they want a fit man. They do not want a bodybuilder. And I really want you guys to really pay attention to this part, because I've seen dudes lose their mind trying to have the perfect six-pack, trying to have the perfect arms, trying to have the perfect body, trying to have the perfect everything, from taking steroids to a lot of creatine, protein shakes, just overthinking it. And then eventually those guys slip into misery whenever they don't get to perfection. All right, all of that is going to show whenever you're with a woman. All you need to do is be fit, but I'm not telling you don't go in the gym and try not to get the bodybuilding look. What I'm trying to tell you is the bodybuilding look is going to work on a woman who understands the bodybuilding type of guy, which is going to be rare. Too many of you guys are in good shape, you're in perfect condition, and you're wondering why the women don't want you. It's because they see where your priorities are at. Women don't want a guy who's obsessed with how he is. They don't want that. They don't want a guy who's obsessed with the six-pack. They want a guy who can fit in clothes and walk around. Dad bods are way more attractive than the six-pack. The six-pack is attractive amongst 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, young people. The six-pack is not really attractive as you get older, because women learn more about guys, and they think guys who try to look perfect are actually insecure, all right? Next, peaceful mindset. What do I mean by a peaceful mindset? One thing that a woman doesn't want to do is be with a guy who is still traumatized from the past. Whatever you do not get around a woman and talk about your past, how life has been so bad to you, what the last girl did to you. You can't do that. You want to be attractive, you better make it sound and feel like no girl has ever hurt you in your life when you get around women. That's one thing that you want to do. You want to have a peaceful mindset. You want to be able to show her whatever you went through in your past, you have gotten over it, and there's no need for you to talk about it now. When you're always talking about things that you've done in the past and the scars and all that, women start looking at you like you weak. They start looking at it like, well, life goes on and you're still stuck in the past. Why are you still stuck in a time period that doesn't exist anymore? And I told you guys that your superpower as an individual and as a person, you have to be able to heal and get over things and move on. If you can't do that, then you're going to be stuck in depression. Once you're stuck in depression, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's going to be hard for you to get out. Good God, man. It's going to be hard to get out of depression because depression starts to release dopamine throughout your body. You get too much dopamine released through your body because of the pain that you have been through in the past. I'm sorry to tell you this, there's nothing nobody can do. You're going to have an evil mindset and you're going to find yourself stuck in the red pill zone. That's where a lot of you guys are at. You're stuck in red pill and you don't even know how to get out. You are inside of a bubble that you can control, that you don't think nobody else knows about, but everybody can see that you're stuck but you. Learn to get over what happened to you and move on. Next, be adventurous. Play extreme sports. All right, do something that's daring. Do something that's adventurous. Do something to where she says, damn, that's dangerous, and he's doing it. This guy is dangerous, and he's doing it. Women love a dangerous guy. They love a risky guy. I know I say this all the time, but then I have to remind myself that I know that I'm talking to a lot of introverts, and you guys are always in the house. So a lot of things that I am saying is going to require you to walk outside the house and start to do that. Don't be afraid to do extreme things. This is why, like, a lot of bikers, like people that are into BMX biking, a lot of guys that ride motorcycles. I'm turning around so you guys can see another part of the city. Guys that like ride motorcycles get a lot of women. And the reason why they get a lot of women is because they are extreme. Women love those daredevil guys. You see like the guy right here on the motorcycle? Oh, I know him. Big shout out. This guy right here, I know who he is, but we're gonna stay on to the video. Women love guys who are adventurous and dangerous because it makes them wet. Those guys get all the women. If you ever go to like a bike shop or you ever go to like bike events, they always got the best looking women. Granted, I'm in a car club. We get the women too. Don't get it twisted. Everywhere where you got and there's cars, there's gonna be women. There's motorcycles, there's gonna be women. Learn to get involved in something like that, and she's gonna find you attractive when you are into extreme things. You guys gotta realize what you want is actually attention from women. You want women, you want to be in a relationship. It's just that you guys are afraid to go outside and become the person that you want to be. So you're stuck inside watching reaction videos on the downfall of biscuit head women. You're not watching the downfall of good women. You're watching the downfall of biscuit head women. And believe it or not, that's where you're stuck. Become adventurous. All the energy that you spend in the comments trying to get a reaction, spend that on actually being the guy that you want to be. Next, this is going to be the last one. This is going to be a silly one that I threw in there that a girl had told me the other day. Scars. Don't be afraid to tell a girl like, hey, I got in an accident and I got a scar from here to here and it hurt. You know what I'm saying? But I got over it. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I look at that scar, it reminds me that I'm strong. I had a girl tell me that turns her on. If she sees a guy's scar and he got in an accident and there's a story behind the scar, that turns women on for some reason whenever you have a scar or some type of pain that was physical. We ain't talking about relationship pain. You gotta realize, if you talk to a woman about relationship pain, she's gonna think you are a weak ass man. So don't be afraid to show her your scars, and don't be afraid to show her that you actually healed from that scar. Women love a story behind the scar. So if you could provide a story to her behind the scar, she's gonna find it attractive. There are variations of ways that women are gonna be attracted to a man. What you have to understand is, you're gonna be attractive when you find your league and stay in your league, and the type of women that are gonna be attracted to you are the women that are in your league. Remember, if she ain't holding you down, she's slowing you down. All right, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.